Starting a podcast is easy, but becoming better by following self-serve, learn-at-your-own-pace materials will only get you so far. Sometimes you need specialized curriculum to make you a better podcaster. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. Writing Podcasting for Dummies back in 2005 was one of the greatest experiences of my life. No joking. I'll go so far as to say that were it not for that experience, I probably wouldn't have a full-time career in podcasting how this many years later. But I'll also say that midway through writing Expert Podcasting Practices for Dummies, arguably the worst book title in the world, I had the opposite feeling. To be blunt, I actually hated it. I hated the experience of writing that follow-on book for one simple reason. It was a fool's errand. Going from beginner podcaster to advanced podcaster wasn't then, and it certainly isn't now, a linear path. It's thousands of different paths that wind around and in and out of each other. Advancing in podcasting is very much like a choose-your-own-adventure, except there's no script written for a lot of these things. Anyone selling you a masterclass in podcasting is probably selling you a masterclass in how they podcast. So today, I'm going to break down 5 educational resources, and one bonus, that I recommend you investigate to see if your path is aligned with theirs. Now, as with yesterday's show, this is by no means a comprehensive list, just some that I can and do recommend. The first is the workshops, or are the workshops, offered by Transom.org. I mentioned How Sound on the program yesterday, and the host of that show, Rob Rosenthal, is an instructor at the Transom workshops. Now, let me be clear. Transom's goal is to make you the best storyteller you can be. That's key in podcasting, but also in other audio formats. I'm looking at you, radio. Now, the other bad news is that the workshops, the series are on hiatus through the end of 2021 because of, all of this. But that's okay. You probably need to save up your pennies to do this because it's not inexpensive to attend these very good workshops. So start saving now, or if you are working with a company, get it in your 2022 budget. You can find out more at transom.org and then click on workshops. The second is a book you can read. It's called Out on the Wire, written by Jessica Abel. Now, I don't normally recommend books written I think this is written in 2015, but this book is solid. This is very much not a do this immediately followed by this and you'll find success book. That's not it. It's not filled with worksheets. It's not actionable takeaways. This is putting you in the world of what it means to make great audio stories, yes, for the radio, but it's not about the production process in the studio of a radio. It's about gathering tape. It's about doing good quality edits. It's what works in that particular environment. And also, weirdly, this book I'm recommending is in graphic novel format. I know. It's totally weird. And because of those weirdnesses, not everyone loves the book. But I did. And I think it's a key book that you should read if you really do want to make excellent podcasts. You can find Out on the Wire at jessicaabel, that's ABEL.com, and just click on books. And of course, there'll be a link to all of this in the episode details. Number 3 is something that is put out by NPR. Now, this was recommended by Andrew from the Motoring Podcast. Thanks, Andrew. It's from NPR, and it's a series of training that they put out for free. Yes, this is for radio, but again, a lot of the articles are on topics that podcasters like you and me need to care about, especially podcasters like you and me who want to constantly get better. Things like how to perform an edit. I'm not talking about editing audio. How to get accents just right. a 35-point checklist for getting the best and publishing the best interviews possible. It's a huge treasure trove of information that's all available for you right now. Totally worth a regular visit to see what they're putting out. You can get all of it online at training.npr.org. The fourth resource I want to mention is called Polymash. Polymash is a website that is ran by a friend of mine, Jürgen Berkesel, which I can never pronounce his last name properly. Sorry, Jürgen, if I've totally butchered that. Polymash is very much focused on the marketing side of podcasting. By the way, if you've been to podcastpontifications.com and you like the way that site looks and flows, you can thank Jürgen for that. I modified a concept he provided into what you're seeing today. I mean, I paid someone to take the concept that Jürgen put forth and make it into my website, but it was the framework outlined first by Jürgen that got me really jazzed about what I could do with the website. And if you want to learn more about the higher level marketing and optimization strategies that will allow, that also apply to podcasting and other things in life, Polymash has that really detailed into the podcasting space. And yes, I warn you, when you do go there, you will find some 101 level courses, but you can actually skip through that pretty quickly and drill down on just what you need to learn. Check out all of those offerings at polymash.com. The fifth resource is the Podcast Academy. The TPA, or I guess just TPA, to be grammatically correct here, is not the first organization that's tried to wrangle the diverse and woolly group that is podcasters under one roof. And the TPA gets its share of detractors on it, but I've got high hopes for the organization, honestly. I think they are taking, in my opinion, very measured steps rather than just simply throwing a bunch of stuff out there and say, this is the way. Now, in the past, I have been critical of the group, but I've been critical from the inside. I'm a paying member. I paid last year, and I just re-upped for my dues for the second year. I'm excited this year because they're focusing in on mentor groups where existing podcasters, although there are some brand new ones as well, where existing podcasters can meet and collaborate in ways that, in theory, are going to propel that specific mentor group forward in the ways that groups need to be propelled forward. You've been on the fence, I recommend signing up for membership at thepodcastacademy.com. Okay, now for a quick bonus. Number 6 bonus episode. A coming soon thing from a friend of mine. It's called Podcast Audio Labs by Marcus DePaula. Now, Marcus is super smart with lots of expensive gear and software that really the newbies aren't going to use all that much, but he knows how to make amazing audio. Now, right now, you can get some replays of some of the live stream Marcus was doing earlier this year as he was kind of testing this whole thing out. But very soon, I'm told, he'll have much shorter, much more focused training videos that are designed to solve some very specific challenges faced by podcasters who need more than just the basics. You can find Marcus's content at podcastaudiolabs.com. Now, I know I missed a lot. This is not meant to be an exhaustive list of resources. I'm not writing a listicle that I hope gets picked up for SEO purposes. Gross. But if you want to send me some more ideas, if you have some things you think that I missed, then please add them to the comments of the webpage, DM me on Twitter, or better yet, share them with a few hundred, well, maybe 100 other podcasters who also want to get better in the advancing podcasting community at advancingpodcasting.xyz. But start with all of these. I'll have clearly notes, links in the episode notes, whatever you're listening to, also on Podcast Pontifications. And if you found any of this at all helpful or have been inspired to invest in your own education to become a better podcaster, please return some of that value to me at podcastpontifications.com/support. Tomorrow, I'll wrap up this miniseries with some pro-level tools and services that will make you a better podcaster on yet another podcast, Pontifications. Cheers!